In this lesson, I do circuit training. This is a fundamental component of the RPO license as it teaches the skills necessary to operate around an airport and land. In today's exercises, I repeat a circuit several times and practice all of the relevant procedures. This includes touch and goes, ascending, descending, level and descending turns and checklists. It's Wednesday afternoon. I had a good break after this morning's flight, which was hour 7 in my log, and the weather is still very good. A little more gusty wind compared to the morning, but nothing too serious. So this is it. I'm cleared for circuits. I'm very excited because this is what I will be training for the next few weeks. This is a basic component of my training for the RPO license. In circuits, I have to apply everything I've learned so far in quick succession and without error. Our circuit ends with a successful landing, and to achieve a successful landing, the circuit maneuvers have to be successful. Statistics show that a great deal of accidents happen towards the end of a circuit when the pilot and the plane transitions from the downwind leg to base and final. That's when the plane configuration and its engine power settings, attitude and altitude change significantly and things can go wrong very quickly. The plan is that Greg will demonstrate the first circuit with a touch and go, and I'll do the next 4 or 5. I should explain what a circuit is in case you're not familiar with this aviation term. And to make sure that there is no confusion, I'm referring to circuits in the context of aviation, not electronics. In aviation, a circuit is a specific flight path that an aircraft follows when taking off, flying around an airport and landing. It's like a racetrack in the sky that helps pilots, air traffic controllers and other aircraft know where an airplane is and what it's doing. This makes it easier to manage air traffic and ensure safety. A left circuit looks like this. A standard circuit has 4 main parts: the upwind leg, crosswind leg, downwind leg, and finally the base leg. The final approach and landing follow the base leg. Aircraft usually fly circuits at a specific altitude, often 1,000 feet above the ground. For Camden Airport, this means around 1,350 ASL or above sea level. The speed varies depending on the type of aircraft, but is generally slower than cruising speed to allow for safe turns and landing. For the Cessna 172, we aim for speeds of 70 knots on base and 65 on final. Pilots communicate the position in the circuit to air traffic control and other pilots. This is crucial for coordinating takeoffs and landings and for avoiding collisions. While the standard circuit is left-handed, meaning all turns are made to the left, some airports use right-handed circuits. Pilots need to know the type of circuit at each airport and follow it precisely. While flying in the circuit pattern, there are a few checklists that are important to complete correctly and in time. Unlike the checklists on the ground, I'll eventually have to memorize the circuit checklists. This is because there is little time to look them up while flying, maintaining separation, talking to ATC, etc. So we've got BUMFISH. B is for brake. It must not be engaged. U is for undercarriage. It must be down, even though the Cessna 172 doesn't have a retractable undercarriage. It's always down. M is for mix. It must be fully rich. F is for fuel. There must be sufficient for landing and go around. I is for instruments. They must be working. In particular, things such as the temperature and the pressure gauges and directional indicator, those things must be working. S are for switches. They must be correct. The strobe, for example, the landing lights must be on and the magnetos must be set to both. H are for hatches and fasteners. They must be secure. There's also the HHSS checklist. H is for heading. It must be aligned with the runway. The second H is for height. It must be 1,000 feet AGL. S is for spacing from other aircraft. It must be sufficient. And the second S is for speed. Speed has to be at 110 knots. Finally, there's a 300 feet checks. Temperature has to be in green, pressure has to be in the green, and flaps must be extended as appropriate. There's a lot to remember and to do safely within seconds. For now, I use notes, and Greg is there to remind me until this is all ingrained in memory. The ATC service was back online after the outage in the morning, so I made the call to ask for clearance to start the engine and to do circuits. After doing the pre-flight checks, I contacted tower like this.
Camden ground, this is Alpha Hotel Hotel at the Scout hangar, requesting permission for startup and taxi for circuits.
Bravo.
With information, Bravo.
Alpha Hotel, start approved, taxi holding point Alpha, runway 06.
Holding point Alpha, runway 06, Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Beautiful.
I could now start the engine and taxi to the runner bay where I do the pre-takeoff checks. Then I taxi to holding point Alpha, wait for traffic to clear and radio to the tower to ask for permission to take off. Permission was granted and we are off.
Alpha Hotel, line up.
Line up, Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Sierra Mike, Sierra engine, turn wide right, base climb 06. Sierra Mike, Sierra.
Alright, so we've been told to line up, but we're not clear for takeoff.
Charlie for parking. Alpha Hotel, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Alright, so, full power. I'll put ailerons into wind. We keep it tracking down the centre line. Our airspeed's alive, our static RPM is good. Neutralise the ailerons. Waiting for 60 knots.
60 knots.
Rotate.
November Delta Whiskey, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, November Delta Whiskey.
70. Turning.
Alright. There we go.
80 knots.
Bit. Alright, so T's and P's in the green, flaps are retracted. Alright, look out, we look right, clear ahead, clear left, we're coming up to our turn. We're about 750 feet.
Yep.
So it's a rate 1 turn.
15 degrees.
Right, I'm not too worried about the best rate of climb speed at this point in time. Coming around, looking for my landmarks, my 2 mountains over there.
Yep.
Coming up to 1,300,
yep.
So anticipate the height.
So circuit altitude.
Yep, so I'm holding it. Right, there's our, I've overturned a bit. Alright, airspeed's built up. Bring the power back. Trim, 1, 2. And just adjustments. River.
Yep.
Clear right, clear ahead, clear left.
Delta Whiskey, taxi to park.
Clear parking, November Delta Whiskey, thank you.
Alright, so we can do 30-degree angle bank turns now. Of course we're flying level, so 1300.
Sierra X-ray Quebec, the glider is just over MacArthur Bridge, 1,800.
Alright, look at the centre line on the, should be about halfway down for you.
Yep.
Or a quarter of the way.
You'll be high when you go home
Yep.
tonight, mate.
Fine life, mate.
Alpha Hotels, downwind, touch and go.
Alpha Hotel, number 1.
Number 1, Alpha Hotel. Alright. Brakes, undercarriage, mixture, fuel and sufficient.
Fuel.
Instruments, switches, hatches, harnesses. Bring the power back. 1800. Hold the attitude. Little bit of trim.
Yep.
10 degrees of flap. Alright, when we're about 45 degrees, I've climbed 100 feet there.
So now descending.
Yep. So I'm going to come back to 1500. Get that speed back. So I raise the nose. I'm just going to bring the power back now.
70 knots.
Yeah, so I need a lot more trim now.
Alpha Hotel, clear, touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Alright, we're a little wide on that circuit. Alright, basically got the power back to idle now, because I'm still at 1200. So we're constantly assessing, am I too high, too low, monitoring airspeed, looking out for traffic. Alright, now you've got to start to anticipate your turn on to final.
Yep.
So once again, you can do 30-degree turns. Right, look at our height. That's the height we should be doing it at. So now it's a matter of assessing. So we've got our clearance. Has he cleared us to land yet? I don't think he has.
I think he said clear to land.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Charlie, for park you back downwind, full stop.
Got the windsock. We'll go to full flap. Alright, need a little bit of forward trim because I can feel the control pushing back on me.
Yep.
A little low now. So we're going to add a bit of power. Crosswind's not too bad at the moment. See, it's pointing down the runway.
Yep.
I'm playing with the trim as I need. Alright, see how the runway's gone long and flat?
Yep.
Alright, just start reducing power. Fly level, just hold it. Hold it.
Yep.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Flaps up.
Yep.
Power on. Right, no need to rush.
Plenty of runway.
60 knots.
Speed alive.
Rotate. Right, check your trim.
70 knots, 75.
And we track on the extended center line. Alright, so now that we're out of that ground effect. Alright. Sounds simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, as a passenger, yeah.
So I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay.
Alright, it's not too badly trimmed. You might want to get the nose up a little higher maybe.
Yeah. And
not too high though, keep it straight.
Whoops. Tracking.
Right, so
the runway heading.
Where T's and P's are good.
Yep, everything's green.
Clear touch and go, Charlie.
Okay, now I'm going to do a 15-degree bank.
Correct. Keep the climb going.
Since we are climbing. And I can see, oh not yet, but I will be able to see the peaks, the mountains. 1,000 feet.
Keep it going. Keep that turn going.
Yep.
Charlie for far, come back, change request.
Okay, I will straighten up now and continue to climb.
Yep. Level off. Start to turn downwind, otherwise we'll get blown out.
1300. Okay.
Turn
so
downwind.
Yep. I'll do a 30 degrees.
Yep. 30
and
degrees.
downwind.
Bring your power back.
2300.
That's good.
Okay. Checking for traffic. While turning. And there's the landmark there, the river.
Going.
Think a little more.
See where that mountain goes flat and then it slopes down?
Yep. That's
Use that as a bit of a reference point. Let's go straight ahead. Alright. Roughly 232. Or I'll just give the radio call. Let's come back to 1300. Alpha Hotel, hotels, downwind, touch and go.
Alpha Hotel, Hotel number 1.
Number 1, Alpha Hotel, hotel.
Number 1, yeah.
Won't worry about BUMFISH yet. Right, we're a beam at threshold.
Yep.
Bring the power back, 1800. Maintain direction.
Yep.
Camden, Tower, good day, Zulu, Golf, Uniform,
right. 10 degrees of flap.
10 degrees flap.
Right, just hold the attitude, you don't want to descend just yet.
Golf Uniform, join downwind runway 2, correction downwind.
Put my A speed at 90 knots.
Alright, let's turn base.
Turning base.
Bring the power back to 1500 and go to 20 degrees of flap.
20 degrees flat.
Yeah, 70 knots. So, judge your...
Bit of warm.
Charlie for Park Quebec.
Right.
Alpha Hotel, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Okay, so losing altitude.
That's good, just watch your airspeed now.
Yep.
Keep those scans going.
Yep.
If you see you're going fast, you need to do something about it.
Alright, flaps and power.
That's alright, 20 degrees is good.
And
Start to turn on to final.
Yep, turning on final, 30 degrees.
Alright, now this turn you never want to bank over 30.
Okay, make it 20.
Alright, so are we high or low?
We are high.
Alright, so bring that power back. Go to 30 degrees of flap.
30 degrees flap.
Alright, now the wind looks like it's blowing a bit from the left.
Trying to look at the...
Just raise that nose a bit.
Yep.
Stay on that extended centre line.
Yeah, the
That
wind
wind's picked up quite a bit from when I did it.
Yeah. But
Right,
I
no,
think,
you're doing pretty well,
yeah,
actually.
I think alright.
Just watch your airspeed.
Yeah, 70 knots.
Alright.
So we've passed the threshold.
Yeah,
So
bring that power right back. No, not too high, no. There we go.
Oh.
Alright, flaps. Put your flaps up.
Flaps up.
Right.
Oops. Back on
Keep
the
it
center
centre,
line.
full power.
Full power. Ooh.
Don't let that wing lift.
60.
Yeah. Rotate.
Rotate.
Yeah, be very careful about letting that wing lift up.
Yep.
That's the last thing you want. Alright, and we just track out along that extended centre line.
I felt good about this procedure. Conditions were good with only a reasonably small amount of crosswind. I repeated the circuit another 4 times, with one case where I was too slow to change configuration in the downwind, which caused the plane to be too high for a safe landing, so we did a go around.
There's your landmark, straight ahead. Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind touch and go.
Alpha Hotel, follow the Cessna turning final.
Traffic sighted, Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Oh yeah, there is.
Alright,
Gonna go down to 1300.
alright, we're abeam that threshold, bring that power back.
1800.
Hold the attitude. Ten degrees of flap when you're ready.
10 degrees. Whoops.
Oops.
That brought me up.
Yeah, so bring the power back.
1500.
Right, let's start turning base.
Yep, turning base.
Power of 1500. Now your speed. Get your speed under control. How do we do that?
Pull up.
Yes, raise the nose. That's it. Might want to bring the power back a bit more. Alright, now you can go to 20 degrees. Keep that turn going.
Yep.
Alright, you're not letting the aeroplane descend.
Yeah, I'm pulling up still. Okay,
Yeah.
now descending. We are high. Actually 1300, okay. We are a little fast for the flap setting, I think.
Alright, taking over.
Yes, your plane.
Zulu Golf uniform, request taxi to parking. Zulu Golf uniform, taxi park. Parking, thank you. Zulu Golf uniform. Alpha Hotel, clear touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, we'll go around and try it again. Thanks.
Roger.
Alright,
Too high.
I'm going to get rid of the flap, we don't need that. Okay, your aeroplane. We want to climb back to 1300. Alright, so the importance of attitude, airspeed and power. That was a good demonstration. When you don't manage it, it just doesn't work out for
Exactly.
you. So keep climbing 1300. We'll just do a normal circuit.
Yep.
Then when you get to 1300, just level off.
Yep, almost there.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Right, so attitude, power, you can bring your power back now, your airspeed's built up. No, you push the power
what
in.
am I doing? Yes, there you go.
It, and trim.
No, other way. Okay.
Alright. Clear right, clear straight ahead, clear left. Let's turn.
Left turn.
Yep.
Maintaining altitude.
15 degrees angle bank. That's actually 20, but
yeah,
we can do 30 actually, sorry, because we're level.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't descend.
Yep.
Keep that turn going. We're turning too late on the crosswind. That's what's happening. So we need to anticipate that a little bit better next time.
Yeah.
Right, so there's our reference point. Let's start turning downwind now. Otherwise, we'll get blown out of the circuit.
Downwind turn.
Yep. 30 degrees.
Yep.
Alright, so we want to focus on maintaining 1300. Alright, coming up to 240.
Coming out of the turn now.
Yeah, just roll a little more.
Bit more.
Alright, there we go. So look at your heading, height and spacing.
Yep.
So it looks like we're pretty good on this one.
Yep.
Keep your scan going. Alpha Hotel, downwind, touch and go.
Alpha Hotel, clear, touch and go.
Clear, touch and go, Alpha Hotel. Alright, let's just focus on... Alright, so we're doing pretty well.
Alright.
So we're coming up a beam that threshold.
Yep.
So what do we do?
Take a power down.
Yep.
Do a left turn. 10 degrees of flap one. Yeah, I can do it.
Below 110.
Yep.
Don't let the aeroplane descend. Keep the directional control.
Yep.
Alright,
Okay.
we're pointing out here. We should be pointing over there.
Alright.
Alright, your
Okay.
speed looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Just
And
trick your trim.
trim.
The way to check it is let the controls go. What's the aeroplane doing? Seems to be holding nicely.
Yeah. I think trim is good now.
You can
Alright,
start to turn
turn.
base, bring the power back to 1500. Don't hold the nose up in turn. Power 1500. Alright, flaps 20. Keep the turn
Flaps
going.
20.
Watch your airspeed.
Yep.
Alright, come
70
on.
degrees, 70 knots.
70 knots you want.
I can do more flap.
Alright, just let go for a minute.
Yep.
See that nose just wants to pitch up?
Trim.
Trim. Bring power back. Reduce power. Nose still wants to pitch up on you. Alright, airspeed's good.
Yep, 70.
Alright, let's start turning.
Turning final.
Alright, bring your power back to idle because you are quite high. No more than 30 degrees angle bank, please. Alright, we turned a little early, but
Yeah,
that's because
a
I
bit
told
too
you
much.
to. Right, let's go to 30 degrees. 30 degrees.
30 degrees turn. Bank. Yeah, okay.
Flaps. 30.
3.
Maintain center line. We too high, too low.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, so we're tracking for 65 knots.
Yeah.
So we're not too bad.
Yeah.
The aeroplane will sink a little over the river. Keep that nose down.
Yep.
Doing well, Peter.
Yep.
This is looking good. All right, start to round out. No, don't raise that too high. Yeah, just hold it there. All right. Now flap. Keep directional
Flaps up.
control. Well, see what happens.
Yep.
Full power.
Full power.
rotate.
Okay, 60, 70 knots, yeah, rotate. Whoa.
You're not doing too bad, the conditions aren't ideal, but you're not doing too bad.
Oh,
now
thank
keep
you.
on that centre line.
Uh,
On that imaginary centre line, which is that thin there.
Yep.
So check your flaps. Flaps are retracted,
Yep.
T's and P's are looking okay.
Yep, everything's alive. Okay, I'm gonna go look for the landmark.
Yeah, we're going to turn a little earlier on this one.
I feel good about my first circuit. I felt significant mental strain though, and that my reactions were occasionally very slow, unless I had anticipated a change. I also experienced the go-around, which was the result of me getting fixated about an indication in the instrument panel. I think it was the engine RPM, and not keeping the correct altitude with attitude. That's how I ended up too high. All these things are things that I can improve in the next training session. Greg's feedback was that I did reasonably well considering my level of experience and the variable crosswind, and there's a few things to improve on, specifically trim. I must set the attitude I want to keep with the yoke and then trim to relieve the pressure on the yoke. Airspeed, this must be 70 knots on base and 65 on final. These numbers actually have been revised with plus 5 knots, so 75 knots for base and 70 on final, with 65 knots being the speed right over the threshold actually to touch down with. To achieve those speeds, use altitude. Then there's power. Use power to control the rate of descent, not the speed as I was doing. Reduce power if I'm too high and increase it if I'm too low. Then I have to anticipate better, whether it is reaching the desired altitude or heading. Anticipate when this will happen and begin exiting from the ascent, descent or the turn to end up where I want to be. If I'm late, I'll overshoot my target. No problem. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. And of course, you can also head over to my detailed flight training log pages on the Tech Explorations website. In these pages, I document in detail all of my experiences and learnings from each one of my training flights. These logs contain a goldmine of information for any aviation student or anyone interested in aviation. Until next time, I wish you clear skies and safe landings.